Hi, I just wanted to do a video on the Saucebox Cosmetics Batalash palette. This eyeshadow palette was made in collaboration with the women behind Batalash, so their blog and their YouTube and their Instagram. The three women involved were Samantha, Dominique, and Angela, and so they collaborated together to create this palette. So this palette costs $60, and inside you get a palette with a mirror and then the 8 eyeshadows. So first you have Vanilla, which is a vanilla shade. Then you have Winter Brown, which is sort of a medium matte taupe. Then you have Cinnamon, which is sort of a deep bricky terracotta red. And then you have Lace Noir, which is a black. Then you have Enigma, which is a bright metallic copper. Electro, which is a sort of chartreuse gold. You have Popper, which is sort of a bright teal, and then you have Nova, which is a deep shimmery purple. So the first row, these are all matte eyeshadows, and then the bottom row, this is a metallic, this is shimmery, this is sort of a matte with shimmer, and then this is also very shimmery, verging on metallic. Each of the eyeshadows are 4 grams each, so you get 32 grams in the palette, and that works out to, I think, $7.50 per eyeshadow. And each of the eyeshadows has the name listed on the bottom. You can definitely depot the eyeshadows if you wanted to. So this is what they look like. So I also did some swatches of the eyeshadows. First you have Vanilla, which is sort of a light vanilla shade. In online swatches, I've seen that this looks super pigmented, but obviously it's not. I think a lot of the swatches online have been done with fingers, which makes it look a lot more pigmented than it actually is. And then I do find that this shade is slightly powdery. Next is Winter Brown, which is a medium taupe brown. And it does sort of blend into my skin tone, but it actually works really well as a transitional color between my eyelid and my crease. We have Cinnamon, which is sort of a deep, bricky terracotta red. I actually really like this for doing smoky eyes. So I really actually like it. It's one of my favorite colors from the palette, and it's not powdery or dry. Then we have Lace Noir, which is a black. It's not the deepest black that I've ever seen. It's slightly dry, but you can see that's it's pigmented. Next we have Enigma, which is a coppery metallic copper. It is pigmented, but since it's very metallic, it is prone to a little bit of fallout, so just be warned. Electro, which is a chartreuse gold. It sort of sometimes leans more gold or chartreuse. It's a little bit sheerer than the rest of the palette. Next we have Popper, which is a sort of a matte teal with a sparkle to it. And this was a disappointing shade in my opinion, because you can see how it's not super pigmented, and compared to the rest of the eyeshadows, it was a bit of a letdown. It was a little bit dry, powdery. It really needs an eyeshadow base. And then we have Nova, which is an incredibly intense, deep shimmery purple. And this is actually really beautiful on its own and paired with Cinnamon too, since they're sort of a similar tones. My favorite color is Cinnamon, and my least favorite is probably Popper, because I feel like it's not living up to the rest of the eyeshadows. And then we also have Vanilla, which is nice, but I do wish it was slightly more pigmented. I think it isn't, if only because it'll work on a greater variety of skin tones. Overall, my thoughts on the palette are that I really like the color composition of the palette. I think that Samantha said in a video that they wanted to have the colors a little bit, the brighter colors, a little bit more muted, and then to have sort of the first row as your sort of core colors, and then these are actually pops of color. And I think it's a good idea considering that their makeup styles are a little bit different from each other. The color composition of the palette allows for a good sort of synergy of all the makeup styles into this. It is limited edition, so I would just get it if you can before it runs out. I don't think any more are being made. You get large pans. You pretty much won't ever run out. Get it if you like the fact that you could do sort of daytime neutral looks with the top row, and then you can incorporate more color with the bottom row. So the palette is $60, so it is a bit of an investment, but I really like the women behind Batalash. I like Saucebox Cosmetics. They are cruelty free. This isn't vegan though, because I believe it does contain carmine. They don't test on animals. I like the formula. I think they're really beautiful colors. I would say just get the palette, especially since it's limited. I hope you liked the review. I hope that it was helpful. If you just do decide to get the palette, I hope you're able to, and if you do, feel free to comment below telling me how you like the palette, and I hope to do more videos soon. Alright, thank you.